Hello everybody, this is Alex again with another Speed Queen commercial dryer. It is not heating, it works, but it doesn't heat. So it could be a few things. It could be a sensor, it could be igniter, it could be a limit, it could be the thermostat. The first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna turn it on. You have to make sure it's a normal or a perma press or delicate, but sometimes it is at no heat and then you come and there's no heat, of course. So you have to make sure it's calling for heat, and I'm gonna turn it on for you. So now it's working and the igniter is supposed to turn on, and it takes like 20 seconds or less for the first ignition, but nothing is happening. So we're gonna test the igniter first. So when I go like this, my pen should be lighting up. It's on green, it's supposed to be on red, and nothing is happening. So I have no power to my igniter. So when you call for heat, the timer on top sends a signal, and one of the places that go first is gonna go through the safeties. So we have the limits here, and we have this one and then this one. So the power comes from here. And as you could see, there's power on one of these, so there's power there. If it's red, that means there's power. There's power there. There's power here, but there is not. You see green? There's no power. So something is wrong with this limit. Hey, look at that. So that's the back of my dryer, and if you see right coming out, there's 1, 2, 3, there's 2 90s right there. So that's a no-no. It's supposed, all this building have flexible. It's supposed to be rigid pipe, less 90s, but this is what we have. So what we have to do, we have to straighten that up so there's only 190 going there. And maybe we'll shorten the vent so this doesn't happen again. And then we're gonna go outside to make sure it blows hard. So I'm outside, and this is my vent. You can hear it, and it's coming out strong after I straighten up that duct, so it's blowing nicely. So hopefully that was it. So I fixed the pipe. There's no more 390s. It's only 190 coming out of the exhaust. So we're good. So we're gonna use a stubby nut driver. It is that's a 5/16, and then you just push, and that becomes 1/4 inch. Just pull, it's 1/4 inch. 5/16. And then push 1/4 inch, very handy, and then you lock it here so it doesn't move on you. So we're gonna use the 1/4 inch side. So we made some tests with the voltage pen. This is the voltage pen. I would encourage you to get it. It's a very nice tool to have. It detects voltage without peeling the wire or disconnecting the wire. So when you put it close to the power, it'll lit red, or depending on your model, this lights red, and when it's red, there's power. So we tested with power. Now we're gonna test with continuity. These thermostats, if they are good, they're gonna show continuity. So we have our meter on continuity with sound. So remember, when we test for continuity, we have to remove at least one of the leads. So remove the pink wire that is here, And just to make sure, remove both and then test for continuity like we're gonna do it in a few seconds. And we're gonna test our thermostat. And as you heard it, there's continuity from here to there. That means the current is gonna pass through it and it's gonna work. This one, on the other hand, is the one that popped, that is open. It opens on temperature. So if it's too hot, it's gonna open. So we're gonna test. And there's nothing. And it tests nothing, it tests 0 because there's nothing. You cannot hear the sound. So now I'm gonna press it. I hope you hear the click. I don't know if you heard it, but now we're gonna test. And now it's good. So this is resettable. You just press this button here. And as I said, mine is older, it's 5 years old, so it's about time. As for me, as my opinion, you can reset it and it could last another 1, 2 years, whatever. And remember, if it went off, if it opened, is because there is something wrong with the dryer somewhere. So fix the problem and then reset this guy. So we're gonna remove the wires. Just remember where they go. And we're going to remove both of the thermostats. So these are the parts we're going to replace. We have the regular thermostat limit, and it's part D510702. And then we have the resettable switch, and that's the 510703. So that's the part, and this is the limit thermostat and the resettable limit switch. So the thermostat switch, when they go bad, you just replace it. But the one on the right is resettable. The red button in the center, you just press it, and if it's still fine, it goes back again. It could be fine. It could last another 1 or 2 years, but mine, I haven't replaced it in 5 years, so now it's time to replace it. It saves me another service call, so I'm just doing it just to play safe. But you can reuse it again if you want. So the thermostat limit, it's going to stop the dryer when there's something wrong with it, when it reaches certain temperature. But if that doesn't respond or there is something wrong, this one is going to kick out just as a limit, just to protect the equipment. And that's why they suggest that you replace both at the same time when either of the two go bad. So to replace the thermostat and the limit, we're going to unplug the machine. So I just installed my limit thermostat and my limit and my high limit right there. So if you forgot how the wiring goes, if you didn't pay attention, it makes sense to always take a picture to see which wire goes where. But if you forgot and you don't know, so the pink wire that comes from the right, it has to go to the left of this thermostat limit. So let's follow. So let's follow that wire. So the pink wire that comes from the right is this pink wire, and then you're gonna follow it. And this is the one. So one more time. Gonna follow that. It's this, and this. So this is gonna go to the first one here to the left, and then the other one is gonna be to the last one to the right. Can you see there? And then this small one is just gonna be the bridge between the two. Make sense? Okay, now I'm gonna turn it on and see what happens. So now we're gonna plug in to test. So now we're gonna close the door and we're gonna test it. Oh, we have to call for another cycle. Okay, so we're gonna test it. We close the door, and then we're gonna call for heat. You heard it turn on. Now it's getting red hot. If you see, that means that the power is passing through both the thermostat limit and the limit. So in a couple of seconds we're gonna have fire, we're gonna have gas. 1, 2, 3. Good, so we have that. So now, just for demonstration, I'm gonna show you that both have power now. The left, and the right. So now it's working. When you see a thermostat limit and the limit when they go bad, it's for one reason. You just don't replace parts and then go away. You have to find out why it happened. So in this case, the hose in the back had 390s, so that alone creates a lot of heat. It retains heat, and the heats go back to the sensor, and then it pops the high limit. And I clean the ducts with pressured air, and I just make sure that everything was clear. I replaced the parts, and now everything is working. So when you replace the thermostat limit, replace the limit too. Replace both at the same time. So that's it for today. Thank you so much. See you next time.